Hello everyone. In these series of videos we're going to be looking at a getting started tutorial for VBA programming in Excel 2010. This is for beginners. If you are already familiar with VBA programming, I would recommend skipping to the next section that I have, which is going to be more advanced VBA programming. But this specific series though, we're going to cover a few things on getting started with VBA programming. Again, this is strictly for beginners. So the very first thing that we want to do, and just a prerequisite, you should already have a proficient knowledge of Microsoft Excel where you're pretty familiar with working with a workbook and a worksheet, because now we're going to take it one step further and look at the Visual Basic environment. So first off, Visual Basic is located in your Developers tab, and you have the Visual Basic option here, and then macros, record a macro. Then we have all these options for the developer section. Now when I pull up Visual Basic and click it, we can see that we have several things to choose from in the Visual Basic environment. We can do everything from building user forms to creating macros in a module. We can design class modules, procedures, and then with a user form you have the full ability to make window forms, such as creating labels. We can of course rename that label, put a text box. We can have this as a user interface for your user, where this can, one, communicate with the workbook or worksheet. You'd be able to manipulate cells, run macros. There's a long line of things that we can do in VBA programming, but we will get to that in a later part of this tutorial. Right now all we're going to discuss is getting started in Visual Basic.